Hey everybody, this is Dave Blair, and I want to talk about Forza Motorsport. So the first thing I'd like to say is how disappointed I am with this game. This is the Forza Motorsport that was a rebranding of the series, and it should have been Forza Motorsport 8, but anyway, it's Forza Motorsport, was released in 2023. Yeah, the AI is terrible in this game, but let's talk about what's good with this game. Okay, so the driving feel is a little better than it's ever been. I gotta say the braking is probably the best I've ever felt it. But that's about all I can say, and that might even be my Hussenfeld pedals. Now, I play this on a Fanatec DD1 with Hussenfeld pedals. I'm really disappointed in the cockpit view. Again, this is the view I try to run, but unfortunately it's super dark, especially at dusk or night or dawn. It's just so dark inside the cockpit that if it's not midday, I almost have to run from the chase cam because I just cannot see. And this was a continuous problem. Even back, I think Forza Motorsport 7 was the first one where they gave you the cockpit view that took away the steering wheel. I still would like to adjust my seat, but can't do that either. So it feels like it's sitting a little low to me. Yeah, this is the worst game I think that Forza Motorsport has ever put out. Now, you might disagree with me there, and I don't really care. So, I want to know why. Like, why is this game so bad? And we're going to dive into that. And because, I'm not monetized or anything, I don't really care, but I'm going to give you some of my theories. And a lot of this stuff I found on YouTube and just trying to do my own research. But I want to know, why is this game so bad? And again, it had such potential. The AI was supposed to be better, and it's not. Matter of fact, if you play this game, you'll often find that the AI will brake on the apex of the corner. And it's like if you're trying to make a pass, they almost like block you. It's so frustrating. It's like they don't accelerate out of the corner, and you almost run into the back of them because you're anticipating them to go, and they don't. Instead, they hit the brake. I don't know. I don't get it. Then the other opportunity that they had was the online racing, which isn't bad, but it's still, they don't penalize people like they should. They give you a time penalty, and nobody cares about that. For example, in iRacing, you get an X every time you go off the track. You get 2 for being, spinning your car out, and you get 4 if you hit somebody else. If you get so many incidents in a race, then you get booted from that race. And if you continue your behavior, you could even get banned from the game that you pay for. So, but Microsoft is afraid to do that. Instead, they just, slap you with a time penalty. And again, if you're out there ramming people in races, you don't really care about the time penalty. Like, it doesn't really matter. And yes, they do have a safety rating and a driver rating, but you can cheese that system too by turning on all the I don't know, so the car drives for itself. You can make the car drive for itself, and you can cheese the system and get your rating back up, and then just go back out there and ram people again. I can't think of the the self-driving. That was another thing too. It's like Microsoft was more worried about winning the award for having the most accessible game, so they put all this effort into making this okay for blind people to drive, which I don't think there's a lot of blind people driving or playing these games. One other thing I'd like to point out too is, a lot of these tracks, I don't know, something is off the track seems too narrow on some of the tracks and too wide on others. Yeah, it's really weird. Something scale-wise is off, in my opinion. But again, I don't know. But let's talk about why is this game so bad. Okay, so let's say that you want to go down here and you want to do a Rivals event. So we'll go to the Hockenheim ring, pull up the leaderboard, and then I go down here, and this one has a tune that I could download for this car. So VCT tracks, I get the tune, and then I want to load it on my car. Okay, so I just bought this 1990 Mazda Miata, which is the one we want, and now I want to put the tune on. Okay, so here's the tune we just downloaded, so I select it, and I load, allocate. Oh, insufficient car level. Okay, now this is why the leveling system per car ruins Rivals, because you need a different car for almost every track, for every, you have all the different, you have E-class cars and B-class cars and A-class cars, and so every single one of those, if you want to go on the leaderboard and download a tune and try and set your best time, well, you can't, because you got to level up the car. So they have just ruined the Rivals events. So again, this is just one of the many, many problems. If you look online or YouTube, you can find out all the, I mean, this game just came out in such a bad state with so many bugs, and even the graphics I don't think are as good as Forza Horizon, which came out a while ago. I mean, Forza Horizon 5 looks better than this game. Like, why does this game look so bad? Why does it play so bad? Why did they have these, stupid car leveling system? Why did they make the AI so bad? And let's dive into that a little bit. Okay, so this is just my theory, but hear me out on this. So basically, you have a company that has hired all these different people, and here we get a good view. This is their developer direct, and so they're, in my opinion, they're trying to show off all their diversity. You got to throw some women in there. You got to show, all these different people that are helping to make this game. And, Chris Sasaki, he's leading the way. So I don't know whose idea it was to make this car leveling, and you're supposed to, really fall in love with the car and all this other stuff. Instead, you're just making the game harder to play the way it's meant to be played. So, again, why are they showing all this diversity? Why are they working on making a game for blind people so that they can play a racing game? And why are they trying to get, awards for being the most accessible? Well, and again, this is just theories and from stuff I've seen on the internet, but basically, when you get a job and you work for an employer, they want you to contribute to the 401k, right? So just follow me along here a little bit. And so you get a job, and the company will match 3% of your contribution if you contribute up to 5% of your income. So you signed up for 5% of your income, and your company adds additional 3%. So then you take that money and you have to put it into a mutual fund for your 401k. So you pick Vanguard, let's say. Well, the people that manage the Vanguard is I guess a company called BlackRock. And basically what they have done is they have people that are in control of vast amounts of money that they use for investing in companies. And the people at BlackRock are, they think that they want to pass judgment on other companies, and they want to hold them to a higher standard. And they want to push diversity and equity and all these other things. And so by doing that, they withhold investing in our money that we put into mutual funds, and this is worldwide, so it's a lot of money. And they say if you don't show that you're being diverse in your hiring and equitable and all this other nonsense, instead of hiring the best people to make the best product now. And again, based on pure merit, right? They don't care about that anymore. They care about, diversity and equity. And so you hire these people that make the game just so that you can continue to get the investment dollars that come from BlackRock, who's managing these mutual funds. Does that make sense? So you have the people that are in charge of vast amounts of money making decisions or pushing their agenda on other companies. And so that's what I see when I see this video. And again, maybe these are the best people that they could get, but I don't think so. I think that they're trying to tick boxes. It's the same thing with Bud Light, the Dylan Mulvaney, right? It's like they're trying to show that they're being progressive so that they can continue to get these investment dollars. And that's what it's all about. It's the same thing like Disney, why they kept pushing all this stuff to subvert expectations. And, it's like they totally ruined the Star Wars story. Just, I'm kind of going off on a tangent. But this is the reason why companies are doing these things. It's not because they're trying to make the best product anymore. They're trying to please the investors, which is where all the money's at. Anyway, I really hope that this changes. They've just, just hire the best people to make the best product that you can. You guys had such potential with this game, and instead, it's just disappointing. Like, I don't know anybody that likes this game. You can try to like it, but it is just awful. And again, they had such potential. Again, this was supposed to have great AI. It's got the worst I've ever seen. And the same thing with them in the multiplayer. The AI was supposed to cut down and penalize people for, cutting tracks and ramming people. But it doesn't. Nothing works in this game. And it's a slog to play. You got to level up cars just so that you can go out and do a rivals event. It's stupid. All right, that's my 2 cents on it. Really disappointed. Thanks a lot, Microsoft and Turn 10. I just don't know how much more I can put up with. All right, thanks for watching.